Hi, Martin here, and is your Mac running slow? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you 5 tips to help speed it up. So by the end of the video, you're going to have a nice, speedy Mac. So let's get started. Okay, so one of the simplest things that you can do to try and speed up your Mac is essentially close any applications that you're not using. So this sometimes can be simple. So I can see here QuickTime is running because there's a dot underneath. Same as I've got Chrome here. So I can secondary click and I can hit quit, and that will help to close things down. What you can also do though is there is a program called Activity Monitor. And what Activity Monitor does is essentially breaks down how much power that a program is using. So it can help you to narrow down where that might be happening. So what we're going to do is just have a search for Activity Monitor in Spotlight. Click on that. And then you can see in here, so under here we'll have things like app name. So if I open up Chrome, okay, so we can see at the minute there's nothing happening on there. So now all of a sudden, instead of being gray, we can see it happening on here. Same as we've got QuickTime Player, but what we can then see is a whole bunch of stuff behind the scenes that we wouldn't know were open and were running. So if I find something that I'm like, oh, that's running and I don't really want it to be, I can click on it, I can click the X, and then that we can quit, or if it won't quit, we can force quit. So this is a really good way to sometimes just check that there's not something running in the background that might be slowing down your Mac. Okay, so next tip we have is to check what programs are starting up with your Mac. Sometimes there'll be a whole bunch of programs that start the second that you turn on your Mac, and that could be the cause of your slowdown. So what we're doing is heading to System Settings, General, and then when we're inside General, we're looking for Login Items and Extensions. Click on here, and then essentially these are the things that we can open at login. So it says here open login. These items will all open automatically when you log in. So I have Chrome in here, and then I can hit minus, and that will no longer open at login. Under here we have allow in the background. Applications add background items to perform tasks when the application isn't open. This is a great one to go through and check. So maybe it's something that you just never use, you installed ages ago. For some reason, it's still got some background tasks going on. So I'm going to this NTFS I used a long time ago, but for some reason, it's still on there and it's still running a background task. So have a play around, turn some of those off. You might find it helps speed things up. Okay, so tip number 3 is around iCloud syncing. So obviously with iCloud, it's great, it's going to store things in the background, but if your Mac is busy storing large files, then this could be the cause of your slowdown. So what we can do to have a look at our iCloud is in our settings, we can essentially scroll down till we find iCloud, and then we can start to have a play around and essentially just tweak what it is that we want to be synced. So the easiest way is where it says save to iCloud, we could go to see all, and then we can turn things on and off here. Now, as great as it is to have all the photos back up, usually this can be quite large. So having a whole bunch of photos essentially being synced in the background across your devices could slow things down. So it might be one that's worth turning off just to see if it helps speed things up. But again, another option that may help speed your Mac up is reducing the amount of iCloud syncing that your Mac is doing. Okay, so another tip is essentially ensuring that you free up any storage space that you may have, delete any old and unused files. This is old school, but if there's a lot of documents on there and you don't have much hard drive space, this could be contributing to your slow Mac. So if you've got anything, so I've got a folder here, I've got a whole bunch of different videos that I've been doing for YouTube and those sorts of things. So I can quite easily, again, get rid of anything that I don't need anymore and then that will help free up some space, which again can help speed up our Mac. Similarly, if we are deleting stuff, we're sending that to the bin. Another one to regularly do is to secondary click and empty our bin, okay? Sometimes that's the step we forget and our bin ends up having gigs and gigs and gigs of data inside of it. So go through, delete any unwanted files, and then hopefully that can help to speed up your Mac. Okay, and the final tip is to essentially reduce or turn off some of the graphics that Mac OS has. So as smooth and essentially fun as some of the effects can be on a Mac, they can on older machines slow things down a little bit. So what we're doing is heading into system settings, and then from system settings we're heading to desktop and dock. Okay, and essentially there's a few different options here that we can have a look at to try and essentially help speed our Mac up. Magnification, so this is the effect on the bar here, so we can go ahead and turn this off. This is one less thing our Mac has to try and do. Animate opening applications, we can turn off, and then automatically hide and show the dock is something that can be unchecked as well. So that's essentially got rid of 3 effects, which means our Mac doesn't have to worry about doing those anymore, and that in turn can help to speed things up. So there you have it. That is 5 tips to help speed up your Mac. Hopefully one or a couple of them will be useful for you. If you found anything useful in this video, please give it a like, comment below, and subscribe for more. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.